Somebody had to go to the Eras Tour Madrid. It might as well be me. Hello, friends, and welcome back. Friends, and welcome back to another episode of Likes Girls Podcast. It's me, Maddie, freshly back from the Eras Tour concert. I went to my third Eras Tour show tonight, the last two being last May 2023. I saw two shows in Philly, and then tonight I saw night one in Madrid. And let me tell y'all, it was a time. I literally had the best time. I'm so glad I got to go. I actually had a VIP ticket. The only reason I was able to go is they added this first night. Originally, she was only supposed to come on May 30th, and those tickets were like all sold out. But then she added May 29th, and one of my roommates had a code, so I was able to purchase a VIP ticket. I had an amazing seat. Like, I literally could not have asked for a better seat. Also, I have to kind of whisper and be a little quieter this episode because it's currently 2 in the morning when I'm recording this, and I do have roommates currently, so I don't want to be too loud. But yeah, I just wanted to record this freshly back from being at the show. This is going to be quite a short episode today, but because I want to keep these episodes kind of casual. Last week's episode was more like lengthy because I feel like I had a lot to tell y'all, and I wanted to kind of give y'all the full backstory on my coming out story. And if you enjoyed that, let me know. But I do kind of want these podcasts occasionally to be on the shorter side and just more casual, you know what I'm saying? So that we can talk and chill and just get to know each other better. So tonight I went to the Eras Tour. So before I dive into tonight, I was reflecting on what my previous Eras Tour experience was like. I went to the Eras Tour in May 2023. I went to 2 of the Philly shows, and at the time I was actually in like a really toxic situationship. And I'm not even gonna dive into that. That's like a whole other story. But her and I went to the Eras Tour together, and we honestly had so much fun. But I was like not doing well, obviously mentally, because when you're in a toxic relationship, you're not good. Like nothing is stable in your life when you're in a toxic relationship. And her and I just were in, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna dive into that because I don't really make content about that anymore. I did in the past, and she expressed to me that it hurt her feelings that I made content about her, which rightfully so. So I'm not going to dive into that at all, but I just want to acknowledge that in May 2023, when I first went to the Eras Tour, I was going through one of the hardest relationship wise experiences I've ever had, because as y'all know, I'd never been in a relationship. And so for my first for me to experience my first toxic relationship with a girl was very difficult for me. So imagine I'm going through that, and I'm just trying to enjoy my freaking life and enjoy the Eras Tour. And how sad that every time I think about my first Eras Tour, I gotta think about the freaking toxic situationship I was in. Anywho, we have since broken free of that toxic cycle, and now I'm just single as hell. And I went to this year's Eras Tour single AF, and I went solo actually. So the difference a year can make is kind of wild, because here I am going solo to the Eras Tour Madrid. Isn't that wild? I wish May 2023 Maddie had any idea that she would be not only living in Europe, but also being able to attend a Europe tour date of the Eras Tour, because I was obviously so excited to get to go in the US. So the fact that I also got to go to a Europe tour was so exciting. So the difference a year can make, y'all, that is so wild. But yeah, so I would say I'm definitely happier this year than I was in May 2023, simply due to the relationship I was in. But that is what it is. I'm still so single. I went to the concert by myself, And there actually were a couple other girls sitting next to me, women, they were a little older than me, that were also there by themselves. So that was kind of nice because then I didn't feel weird. The girls next to me were super nice. Actually, I encountered a lot of really sweet people tonight. Like there was lots of girls trading bracelets, and like I had a couple bracelets to trade, and they came up to me and were like wanting to trade with me, which was super sweet. When I was taking the metro to the concert, I saw a couple girls, you know, in their outfits. It's so obvious, the outfits everyone's wearing, who's going to the show. And so I traded a bracelet with someone on the metro. So it was just like good vibes from the start. And then I was trading with the girls around me, and everyone around me was like super nice. And like I mentioned, my seat was amazing. Like I literally could not have asked for a better view of the show. And Paramore was the opener, which was so cool to see Paramore. That was really, really fun. Before I even got into the show though, guess what, y'all? As I was walking into the venue, I kid you not, a bird shat on my head. I am so dead serious. I literally was walking, I was trying to find which door I was supposed to go in. All of a sudden I feel like literally, I don't even know how to describe it. I feel something hit my head. And I just knew. I was like, oh my God, a bird just shat on me. Because either it was like water falling from the sky, but there was no way, like it wasn't raining. And also it was really heavy. Like I felt it hit my head. And I was like, you are kidding me right now. I'm trying to walk into the Eras Tour and I literally just got shat on by a bird. So I take out my phone camera and I look, and yep, sure enough, there's bird shit in my hair. And I'm like, no, like there's no way that just happened. So I finally get inside, I run to the bathroom, I'm like, please. And I had to just like clean up my hair, and I essentially went through the entire Eras Tour, probably with some bird shit in my hair. There might still be some bird shit in my hair because I haven't washed it yet, because I wanted to do this video while I was still in my Eras Tour outfit. So immediately upon finishing this recording, I will be triple washing my hair because I'm just not about that life. I cannot believe a bird shat on my hair. You know, I've been shat on many times by a bird, usually my arm, usually like, you know, something that's not that serious. But to get it in my hair, what a bad start to the night. I literally was like, hello? Like, is that the, like, I know people say it's good luck. Bruh, what the fuck? Y'all just be saying that shit, okay? So I was walking into the venue, got shit on by a bird, cleaned myself up, went and watched Paramore, they were fantastic, honestly. And while I was watching Paramore, I was so excited because obviously Paramore has been a majorly successful band for so long. I mean, literally over 20 years they've been popular. But like, who would have thought back in the early 2000s when they were first becoming popular that, you know, they'd be part of something as huge as the Eras Tour? Like, they could have never probably imagined that in their lifetime. And like, how freaking exciting for them that they get to tour the world with Taylor Swift. Like, that's so cool. And as they were performing, I was just feeling like, I felt this way when I saw Fletcher too. Like, I feel emotional for these artists because I'm like, this is just their dream. Like, they're just people, you know? They're just people whose dream it is to perform live. And here they are living their dream. Like, I'm just so happy that they get to live their dream. So, because I get to live my dream of watching them. And I just think it's super exciting that, you know, musicians and artists get to perform. Like, good for them. It's so freaking cool. It's so cool. Because you know that, like, they just probably grew up their whole life wanting to perform on a massive stage like that. I mean, there were 65,000 people at this show tonight. The stadium was massive and it was packed. There were 65,000 people. Imagine, like, you're an artist and, you know, you're popular, you've done well, but then you go play a stadium that's 65,000 people. Like, I can't even imagine that. Literally, like, 10 people listen to this podcast and I'm like, hey, y'all, what's up? Like, these are my besties, this is my community. Imagine 65,000 people listening to you. That is wild to me. So yeah, Paramore was really great. And then, oh my God, seeing Taylor again was so good. She's just having so much fun. The crowd was amazing. The crowd was going wild. And it was really cool actually to see all of the new Tortured Poet Society, like, section of the show. Or I guess era, you would say. Because obviously I did not see that last May. It's a brand new to the entire tour. So that was really cool. And then my surprise songs were also bomb because she played Sparks Fly. Yeah, the first song she played Sparks Fly, which was so good. I love Speak Now. Like, Speak Now is actually what made me fall in love with Taylor back in like, oh my gosh, 2000, like what, 9 maybe? I'm not sure. Oh my God, there's another fucking bug in my room. Anyway, back, it must have been earlier than, I don't know what year it was. 2009 sounds right, but back when Taylor Swift was doing her Eras Tour, oh my gosh, not her Eras Tour, her Speak Now tour, that was the first time I ever saw Taylor Swift in concert. And you know what's crazy? This is a crazy story. So I went to the Speak Now tour with my friend, and we had floor seats. We were like the last row of the floor, but like we were still on the floor. And we paid $200 each for those tickets. Could you imagine? Like at that time, I had to beg my parents. I was like, please, like let me spend $200 on these tickets. Like that was super expensive at that time, you know, but we were trying to sit on the floor. Now, like people are paying thousands of dollars to sit floor seats for Taylor Swift, but we paid $200. Tell me why. We're like sitting, we have like the corner seats, like the on the edge. Oh my God, at one point in the show, Taylor is being carried by her dancers right past our section. And, you know, I'm reaching out my hand. I'm like, Taylor. She grabbed my hand. So my left hand has held hands with Taylor Swift. Just so you all know, I'm better than everyone. And I have been since the Speak Now tour. So Taylor gave me her blessing. And yeah, we've been really going steady ever since. So all of her songs are about me. All of her love songs are about us holding hands on the Speak Now tour. Obviously kidding, but isn't that not crazy that I held her hand at the Speak Now tour and now I've seen her 3 times on the Eras tour? I will say, I regret so deeply not going to her other tours. Like when she was doing her 1989 tour and her Red tour, like I don't know why I didn't go, because I guess like I was just busy being, you know, growing up or whatever. But I literally regret so badly not going to her Red concert specifically because it was in Tampa. This was back in 2015. And the reason I didn't go is because it was Halloween weekend and I was a freshman in college. This was my first Halloween in college. So this was October of 2015. She was touring with Red. Was it Red? Yeah, it was definitely Red. And I was like, no. What my roommate at the time was going. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. Like, I don't want to miss Halloween. Like, I love Halloween. And like, obviously, I was like wanting to party in college or whatever, stupid. And I literally was like, no, I'm gonna stay here. My roommate went. This was at the time when she was bringing out all those guests on stage. Tell me why the guest for that night was Idina Menzel. Like, what? How iconic. How incredibly iconic. And I missed it just so I could go to a stupid Halloween party in Tallahassee, Florida. Like, that's insane. Like, if I could have one redo in life, that might have to be it. Like, go to the Red tour. Like, why would you miss that to go to a Halloween party? Anyway, that's besides the point. But Speak Now was my prime. I missed out on Red. Eras Tour, I'm bringing it back home, all right? I do think that this will be my last Eras Tour. I mean, 3 feels like enough. I don't really see myself being in a place where the Eras Tour would come to. I mean, like, obviously, if I'm in a city and the Eras Tour is there, like, bada bing, bada boom. But obviously, once she's done with her European tour, I don't know if she'd be coming back to the US with it, so I think 3rd time's the charm. I really think tonight was the perfect night. Like, everything just was so fun. Like, the crowd was great. The show was incredible. And guess what, y'all? Tonight is my very last night in Madrid. I literally fly to the US tomorrow. And I'm done. Like, I'm packing up my shit. Like, I'm moving out of this apartment. I was here for 4 months. Fastest 4 months of my life. Like, the last 4 months went by in the blink of an eye. like my time in Europe is done. Like, obviously I'm gonna come back to Europe in the future, but I cannot believe I have spent this entire year traveling around Europe, and now I'm just going back. But what a perfect end to it. Like, I could not think of a better way to spend my last night in Madrid than going to the Eras Tour. Like, that's so special, you know? And honestly, I am excited to go back home. Originally, I was planning to stay in Europe through the end of June, because obviously, like, that's summertime, and just continue to travel. But I actually had a really cool work opportunity come up that I really did not want to say no to. And that requires me to be in New York next week. So I was like, and I'm going to a family wedding also next week. So I was gonna have to come back for the wedding anyway. And I was like, it really doesn't make sense to like go and come back. So that is why I ultimately decided to go back to the US sooner than I planned. But everything works out for the best, honestly. Like, I think it is my time to go back. I'm missing my family. I'm missing like a sense of normalcy. Like, don't get me wrong, I have had the time of my life solo traveling throughout Europe, and I'm so grateful that I got to do this. But there is a part of me that's just like, okay, I'm ready for like to have, you know, to go back to my home, to be more settled. Like, I'm so lucky that I got this apartment in Madrid, but like, guys, I've been sharing this with, I'm one of 7 roommates. Like I need my own bathroom. Like, I need, like, I'm just over those aspects of this living situation. So I am ready to leave. But I am so happy. Like, I'm leaving Madrid just like the happiest I've been in so long. It was an unforgettable 4 months, and I really went out with a bang tonight on the Eras Tour. Like, what a freaking magical night. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap this episode up real early. This is way shorter than last week's episode, but that's because I just wanted to kind of check in, let y'all know how the Eras Tour was. Let me know what you want next week's podcast to be about. Next week will be the start of Pride Month, which is so exciting. I cannot wait for Pride Month. I am just gonna be spreading the gay agenda all month long and flirting and kissing every pretty girl that wants to kiss me. By the way, there's just like so much queer coding in the entire Eras Tour. Like, when she sings "You Need to Calm Down" and the entire screen goes rainbow, like, Taylor Swift is so queer coded, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation. I also am a full-on Kloss believer, okay? And if you don't know what Kloss is, I think that's their chip name. But did I make that up? No, I did make that up. I literally just pulled that out of thin air because Karlie Kloss. What is Karlie Kloss and Taylor's couple name? Tarly? Kaylor? Kaylor. It's Kaylor. Okay, it took me a second, but I am a full-on Kaylor believer. Like, Taylor and Karlie Kloss were together, and the entire Lover album is about Karlie Kloss. You cannot convince me otherwise. Like, yes, there are some songs about Joe. All right, fine, London Boy. But like, every song, like Cruel Summer is about Karlie Kloss. Like, she didn't write that about a man. Cruel Summer is not about a man, and I am willing to fucking go to my grave defending that. So I'm a full-on Kaylor believer. Rest in peace. Bad Blood truly ended me inside. All right, I'm dragging it, but Taylor Swift is so queer-coded, and I'm very happy for her and Travis, but I would have been happier had Taylor Swift and Karlie Kloss worked out in the end. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that. I love y'all. We will check in next week. Thanks for listening to this quick little episode recapping the Eras Tour. I am going to be launching some Pride merch on Amazon, so keep a lookout for that. It's going to be on my Instagram story that I'll launch it. And as always, thank you for supporting me. If you're not part of my email list already, make sure you sign up by doing so, clicking the link in my bio, and just scroll down to the bottom of the page. I am sending out a weekly newsletter, just keeping y'all updated. What's the 411? What's the drama? And I have to make this week's newsletter, but it's going to be about my time at the Eras Tour. So yeah, I love you. I will talk to y'all next week. By the time we talk next, it will be Pride Month. Have a good one.